Hey, it's editing Miss Benson here, and I just want to give you a quick disclaimer before we get into this video. So you have probably learned to simplify fractions before, and you probably learned it in a different way than what Mrs. Voss is going to show you, and that's fine. But this new method that Miss Voss is going to go over today is super handy and will guarantee that you always simplify a fraction properly. So watch her do the examples and stay tuned because later she's going to show you how to multiply fractions. So definitely don't click out of this video yet.
Hey everybody, good morning. This is Mrs. Voss, and we're going to talk about simplifying fractions today. And simplifying fractions, are you ready? Is the process of reducing the numerator, the top number, and the denominator, the bottom number, to their smallest whole, so the fractions in simplest form. So that means your goal is to make the numbers whole numbers, but the smallest they can be. So I'm going to give you some good news. Once you're in high school, the Desmos calculator you use there will actually do this for you. In middle school, in 8th grade, you actually have to know how to do it, but we had an awesome student a couple of years back that we called Dimples, and he found a great way to do it on Desmos and made it a lot easier. So if you'll look right over here, he would take the numerator, which is the top number, and he would divide it by x. Let's make that a little x. I don't want you to get confused. Then he would take the denominator, which was the lower number underneath here, and put a little x. And then x would equal, and he would basically put in numbers till he figured out the right one, until both of these answers here were whole numbers and they were small, the smallest ones. Now I'm going to show you this example. So the numerator we know is the top number, so I'm going to put in an 8. I got the 8 from right there. The denominator is the bottom number, which is 16, so I'm going to put it right there. And he always said start with the numerator. That's the best place to start to see if the numbers will get any smaller. So the numerator is the 8. So let's put an 8 in and see what happens. We get 1 over 2. So when we come over here, that means, let me make sure I have a pen here before I start to write, and it doesn't work. Okay, change the color to something I like. All right, so that means that this fraction in simplest form is 1 over 2. They are exactly the same thing. 8 over 16 is the same as 1 over 2. If you put them both in your calculator, 8 divided by 16 and 1 divided by 2, you're going to get 0.5. So that's how you know they're the same. But this over here is the easiest way to simplify fractions. Bad news is it doesn't always happen on your first try, okay? So let's start with the next problem. The numerator is 30, the denominator is 54. So let's come over here, and on the top, we're going to put the numerator, which is 30. On the bottom, we're going to put the denominator, which is 54. And then x is going to start with the numerator, which is the 30. Oh no, that's a problem. We got 1 over 1.8. 1.8 is not a whole number, so that does not work. So now we're going to count down. This is going to take a while, so be patient. 29? Nope, I still have decimals here, so that's not going to work. So let's go down to 28. Nope. I still have decimals here. I need whole numbers. Let's try again. Oh, I got a 2, but this is still a decimal up here, so 27 didn't work either. Let's keep going. Nope, not 26. Not 25. I'm sure you're tired. Oh, well, there's 1, 2, but we're not there yet. We started at 24, so let's keep going. We've got to do 23. Okay. No, 22. No, 21. No, let's try 20. Nope. How about, oops, let's come here and do 19. Nope. 18. Got a 3, but that's a 1.6. 17. You know what? That can get smaller than that. There's got to be more numbers that go into that. So let's try 16, 15, nope, 14, 13, oh my goodness, 12, you got to do it down one at a time, 11, 10, didn't work, let's try 9, 9 didn't work, 8 didn't work, 7 didn't work, 6 finally worked. So that means that to simplify this fraction, 30 divided by 54, your answer would be 5 divided by 9. Okay, so that's, how you do it. That's how you keep making things into the simplest fraction you possibly can. Okay, I know it gets a little confusing, but let's try another one and see if we can still get it done. 10 over 15. This one, the 10 goes on top. The 15 goes here, and then x, we always start with the numerator, which is the one on top. Nope, that didn't work. So let's go down by 1. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. 5 is the one. So that means this in simplest form is 2 over 3. Okay? Alrighty. Now the reason we're working with fractions, I know you're wondering why fractions, is because we're going to start doing probability. Okay? And Miss Benson is going to be recording some probability videos, so we had to kind of go over these fraction things first so you would make sure you knew how to do them. Okay? So we're not going to be simplifying any fractions right now. First, we're going to multiply them. And I don't know if you remember multiplying fractions, but basically you multiply the 1 times the 1, whatever's on top, and multiply the bottom number by whatever's on the bottom. So let's start by doing that. You can always use Desmos if you want to. Doesn't bother me a bit because then I know you're right. 1 times 1 is 1. And then if we go to the next line, 3 times 3 is 9. And if you notice, those are both whole numbers and you can't get any smaller than a 1. So 1 over 9 is your answer, and it's already simplified. We didn't have to go any further. All right, so let's try the next examples. Let's clear this. So first we're going to multiply the top numbers and then the bottom numbers, okay? So let's come over here. 1 times 4 is 4. And then we're going to go to the next one. 2 times 5 is 2. But you know what? I think that can be simplified. So we're going to have to go back to what we were doing in the first place. We're going to do 4 divided by x. That's the numerator. Then 10 divided by x, which is the denominator, and then x equals, and we start with the numerator, 4. Well, it works for the top number, but not the second, so let's move down to 3. Nope, let's move down to 2, and there it is. When you get 2 whole numbers, you know you've gone far enough. So 2 over 5 is simplified, the same as, it equals the same as 4 over 10. Now remember, when you are doing this magic over here with Desmos, always start with the numerator and go down. Don't ever start at the bottom and move up. That's not what you want to do. You want to start with the numerator if it's a 4 and then count down. If that numerator is a big number, it may take you a while, but it's worth it. Okay, let's see if there's any more examples. There is, so let's go ahead and try this. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go down another row, and that way if I need to simplify, I've still got everything in the calculator. So let's start with 3 times 5, which is 15. And multiply those two, and now I'm going to multiply these two. So I'm going to go to the next, oops, wrong screen. Go to the next one, and I'm going to do 10 times 6, which is 60. So I got 15. Oh boy, let me change this back to a pen. I'm sorry about that. So I've got 15 over 60. And I am going to have to simplify that. So let's go up here to the top. Okay, I left it in here on purpose so it would be easier to go back. So 15 is my numerator. 60 is my denominator. And I'm going to start with x is 15 because that is my numerator. So let's see what we get. Oh, well, that was quick, wasn't it? When I put in that 15, I quickly got 1 over 4, which is what this is in simplified terms. Okay, so again, the reason we're going through this with the fractions is because we're going to be using fractions when we go through probability. All right, so I hope y'all are doing great. Miss Benson and I miss you so much. We talk about you every day. We look at your pictures. We email back and forth. We love it when y'all text us or when you come to see us during office hours in WebEx. All right, y'all be great, and we can't wait till we can see you again in person. Y'all have a great day. If you have any questions, please contact us. Okay, bye-bye.